Do you believe your dog forgets the small moments as quickly as they happen? Most owners do. We tell ourselves that dogs live purely in the present, that a sharp word is forgotten by dinner, that yesterday simply does not exist for them. But the truth is far more surprising than that, because your dog is keeping a record, not in words, in something deeper, something far harder to erase. And when you understand what science has actually found about canine memory, the way you behave around your dog will never be quite the same again. Here are 6 things your dog remembers about you. 1. Your dog remembers things that happened only once. We assumed for a long time that dogs learn through repetition. Reward, repeat, associate. Build habits slowly over time. They do not remember a specific day the way you do. That was the thinking. They simply accumulate behavior through practice. Then, a researcher in Budapest changed everything. Claudia Fugazza designed an experiment using a method called "do as I do." Dogs watched their owner perform a single action, then were unexpectedly asked to copy it after a delay. At a moment when they had absolutely no reason to expect any kind of test, the dogs could still do it. Her findings, published in the journal Current Biology, revealed that dogs possess what scientists call episodic-like memory. They are not simply storing commands or habits, they are recording experiences. The walk where something frightened them, the evening you sat down on the floor and held them close, the moment you raised your voice over something that had nothing to do with them. You may have forgotten it completely by morning. They did not. And here is the part that matters most. The most powerful memories your dog keeps are not about what you did. They are about how it made them feel. 2. Your dog remembers your emotion more than your face. We assume our dogs recognize us the way we recognize each other, by sight, by the sound of a name, by a familiar face walking through the door. But the strongest thread running through your dog's memory is not visual at all. It is scent, and scent is wired directly into feeling. Alexandra Horowitz, who runs the Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College, has shown that a dog's sense of smell connects almost instantly to the regions of the brain that handle emotion and memory. Where you process the world mainly through your eyes, your dog processes it through their nose. So when you walk back through the door, your dog is not simply seeing you. They are reading a scent record of where you have been. And layered beneath it, every feeling they have ever attached to you. The comfort of your presence, the particular calm of evenings beside you, the safety of knowing you are near. Or, if life has been harsh, a quiet weariness they cannot explain and cannot drop. Your dog does not remember your face the way you remember theirs. They remember the feeling of you, long after the moment that created it has gone. 3. Your dog knows roughly when you will come home. You have probably seen it, the dog who appears at the window minutes before you arrive, already waiting at the door as though someone called ahead and told them. You assume it is coincidence. It is not. Researchers Therese Wren and Linda Keeling at the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences studied how dogs respond to being left alone for different lengths of time. Their finding was clear. Dogs greeted their owners far more intensely after a longer absence than a short one. They were not simply reacting to the fact of separation, they were registering how long it had lasted. Part of how they do this is scent. As your smell slowly fades from the rooms across the day, it acts like an invisible clock your dog can read. The concentration of your scent in the morning, the way it thins by afternoon, the precise moment it reaches the level that says, "You should be back soon." Your dog is not idle while you are gone. They are measuring. The late night you came home hours past your usual time, the missed walk, The day everything ran differently from how it always does. They registered all of it. And they kept it. 4. Your dog is watching who is kind to you and keeping score. You probably think your dog judges people by how those people treat the dog. A friendly hand, a dropped treat, a gentle voice directed at them. Earn the dog's trust directly, and you are in. But here is the part that stops most people cold. At Kyoto University, researcher Hitomi Chiwa and her colleagues ran an experiment that had nothing to do with how strangers treated the dog at all. Dogs watched as a person either helped their owner with a task or coldly refused to. Afterwards, both people offered the dog a treat. The dogs who had watched someone refuse to help their owner were noticeably less willing to accept anything from that person. The findings published in the journal Animal Behavior showed something remarkable. Dogs form social judgments of humans based on how those humans behave toward you. Read that again slowly. Your dog remembers the person who was cold at your door, the one who raised their voice inside your home, the visitor who made the air go tense and never once touched the dog. Your dog logged it, and the next time that person reaches out a hand, your dog already knows. Your dog is not only bonded to you, they are loyal to you, and loyalty in a dog has a memory. 5. Your dog can build an entire memory from a single second. You barely registered the moment. A door slammed too hard. Your voice came out sharper than you intended. A sudden movement that surprised them both. It lasted 1 second, maybe less, but your dog built an entire memory from it. And now there is a corner they will not walk past. A flinch when you lift something too quickly. A room they began avoiding for no reason you can name. You call it dramatic. You wonder where on earth it came from. Gregory Burns, a neuroscientist at Emory University, was the first person to train dogs to lie completely still inside an MRI scanner while fully awake, watching their brains respond in real time. He found that the amygdala, the region that stores fear and danger, fires with sharp intensity during a single frightening experience, and the memory it lays down does not fade the way ordinary memories do. Your dog cannot reason their way out of it. They do not know the slammed door was an accident. They do not know your sharp voice was about your day. Their brain simply files it. This place, this sound, this version of you. Unsafe. But here is what should give you hope. That memory is not permanent. Calm, predictable, repeated. One quiet moment after another, telling their nervous system, that is over now. This is who I am. 6. Your dog never really forgets you. We worry about it constantly. The dog rehomed as a puppy, the friend looking after them while we travel, the long stretch apart we could not avoid. We tell ourselves they will move on, that out of sight means out of mind. It does not. Studies of long-term memory in dogs, reported in the journal Animal Cognition, show that dogs retain recognition of the people they have bonded with for years, holding on to a familiar voice and scent long after a separation that would feel like a lifetime to them. So think back to the question we started with. Your dog does not live only in this passing moment. They do not forget you the instant you leave the room. They are not a clean slate every morning. They are carrying you. Every kindness you have shown. Every evening you came home tired and sat with them anyway. Every soft word you no longer remember saying. You forgot. They kept it. And on the days you feel you have given your dog nothing, understand this. Somewhere in that quiet, watchful mind is a record of you at your gentlest. a version of you they have never stopped trusting. That is what your dog remembers. Not your mistakes. You. Closing and key lesson. So go back to the question we started with. Do you believe your dog forgets the small moments as quickly as they happen? Now you know they do not. They remember the single experience that happened only once. They remember the feeling of you long after the moment that created it has gone. They have been measuring your absence with an invisible clock built from your scent. They watched who was kind to you, and they kept score. They built entire memories from moments you barely registered, and through every separation, every long stretch apart, they held on to you. Your dog is not a clean slate. They are a record, and right now, somewhere in that quiet, watchful mind, there is a version of you they have been keeping safe. Every soft word, every tired evening you showed up anyway, every gentle moment you have long since forgotten. You forgot. They kept every single one. So on the days you feel you have not been enough, understand this: your dog is not waiting for the perfect version of you. They are not keeping score of your mistakes. They are holding on to something far more important: the version of you that came home, the version that sat with them anyway, the version they have never once stopped trusting. That is what your dog remembers, not your worst moments. You at your best, always.